So James Gunn recently spoke about the Clayface movie, and he confirmed that it's going to be rated R. And in this video, I'm going to explain why that's going to set DC apart from Marvel, and in a very good way. But first, please like, subscribe, and share. Anything you can do will help my channel reach more people. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that bell icon so you can get my videos as soon as they drop. Yes, James Gunn is having a great week. Superman just did fantastic on its opening weekend, and we're about to roll into the second weekend where it should dominate. It's going to make another $100 to $200 million, making back everything that they spent on filming and marketing it, and then everything else is just going to be profit. And while everyone is going to the theaters to watch Superman, all eyes internally in DC are now looking forward to 2026. And they've got two movies coming out. First, they've got Supergirl, who was introduced in Superman this week, but after that, they've got Clayface. And James Gunn had an interview this week and he confirmed that Clayface is going to be rated R. In fact, it's going to be a rated R horror movie. And for that, I'm really excited. Because to tell the story properly about Clayface, you need to start it out as a tragedy. Somebody who was doing everything they can to stay pertinent in the movie industry, and then everything went wrong, and they ended up becoming a disfigured monster. And then the monster gets his revenge on everyone who screwed him over throughout life, slowly losing his connection to humanity, and eventually becomes the Batman villain that we know and love today. And that cannot properly be done in a PG-13 setting. Clayface is going to tear people apart and do monstrous things to every human that gets in his way. And eventually, he'll need to be brought down by the Batman. And I think that'll be another twist at the end of the movie. Despite Clayface releasing before the first Batman film, I actually expect that Batman will come in the final chapter of that movie. Somebody's going to have to bring him down. I truly doubt it'll be an origin story for Clayface, having him go on a killing spree and then just walking off in the end. I believe it'll be the origin story for Clayface, have him go on a killing spree, and eventually be caught off guard by the Dark Knight, who we will get the full reveal on who that is before the end credits roll. Because that's exactly how you would tell the story of a tragic villain in the Batman universe, if you're telling it from their point of view. Their point of view is not including the Batman from the beginning. When Clayface starts out, he doesn't even have Bruce Wayne or Batman on his mind. He is an actor trying to stay relevant for Hollywood, or for whatever you're going to call that in Gotham City. And he's doing everything he can to keep his looks up. Eventually something's going to go wrong and turn him into this monster, and then he will start killing people. But he's not doing it while constantly thinking of Batman. Batman's only going to show up to stop him because he's killing a bunch of people in Gotham. You know, not everything has to be connected to Batman at the beginning. Not everyone who does crime is doing crime because of a specific person. So we're going to finally get a true rated R comic book movie that's part of a universe. Yes, we've had things like Watchmen, yes, we've had things like Joker, and I try not to even think of Joker 2 even existing. But nonetheless, those were not part of a larger universe. But Clayface is just a portion of the new DCU. And it will start out as its own film, but eventually it will connect up. And I think the best way of connecting it up is to have Clayface think that he's won, to have him take out all of his enemies in that film industry, and then eventually be brought down by the Batman. But it is its own thing. It will be a horror, because it's not only a horror for the people that are being torn apart by the monster, it's a horror because it's a tragedy that what happened to this man. He at least started out with no intention on becoming this murderous monster, but after a bunch of tragic events, that's where he will end up. And thus will be seen as a monster, and people will cheer when Batman brings him down. But that wasn't how it started out. And that story is a rated R story. People can't be torn apart by a clay monster in a PG-13 format. Or if they do, it's going to look stupid. It'll cut away. Now they don't have to cut away. You can show clay going down somebody's throat and choking them to death. You can show clay becoming a hammer and smashing them down. You can show this monster in all of his ugly glory, killing people and getting his revenge on the movie industry that threw him to the side. And if that is done correctly, then people will show up in droves. Joker 1 proves that if you make a good rated R comic book movie, people will show up and watch it. A lot of reasons why movie companies didn't want to make rated R comic book movies in the past was because they thought that they couldn't make money. Well, Joker proved that wrong. Joker proved that the reason why people didn't show up to see it was because the quality was garbage. And it reinforced that when nobody went to see the sequel because the quality was garbage. So I'm really happy that James Gunn has confirmed that the DCU will make PG, PG-13 and rated R movies for the DCU, whatever works for the specific story. And I'll tell you this, I am absolutely excited to see Clayface go on an absolute murder rampage. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to click that subscribe button and check out those videos on screen now.